The disadvantage that comes along with steel is the fact that it does over time rust. So it corrodes, and over time it's going to disintegrate. So we do have that factor. I'll put that in another color. Now there are ways to fight that corrosion. There are different kinds of coatings that you can put on the steel pipe to compensate for the speed of corrosion. And so one of the things that is done is that on the outside of the pipe, they'll put a tar. It's similar to roofing tar. And all it does is it seals the outer layer of the pipe so that water cannot touch the surface of the pipe. Then they can take that tar coating and they'll wrap felt wrap around it, which is again similar to the felt paper that you put on a roof. And then you'd have a felt wrap. You can also go one step further and wrap craft paper around that. So you can have a tar with felt with craft wrap. And craft is similar to cellophane, just a high-grade cellophane, like you might use on storing your food. You can keep it airtight. Now that's on the outside. You don't really want to put tar on the inside. That has been done, and then when you run water down through it, it'll fleck the tar particles off and it plugs up all the orifices in the sprinklers. So that's not the greatest idea. They also have the ability to epoxy coat, and that can be inside and out. Epoxy coating can be inside and out. So we have tar, we have felt, craft wrap, we have epoxy, now epoxy is a material like paint, except it is electrically adhered so that it becomes electrically charged and adheres directly to the pipe. It becomes part of the pipe, and if it's done properly, the pipe has to be extremely clean, void of any particulates, particularly oils. And unfortunately, when you make steel pipe, there's a lot of oil involved in the process of shaping the steel pipe. And so they have to acid dip it before they can put that epoxy on, and they have to get rid of any oils, any water, any other liquids, and it has to be squeaky clean and squeaky dry. Then you can get a perfect layer of epoxy on, and that epoxy could last effectively forever if it's applied really, really professionally. And we find lots of steel fittings that are epoxy coated because of the fact that it's a way to get a steel fitting to last for extremely large lifetime so that you eliminate the need for replacement. Standard steel main lines with common tar felt wrap on them have like a 20-year life. You put the craft wrap, maybe you gain another 10 years. You put the epoxy, you might make it last the lifetime of the system until it becomes obsolete.